What is up, Scrubs? X-Wrestler here, and in this video you'll be watching a KEM strike in the background. It's pretty slow KEM just because this game lobby, or this lobby in general, is just very slow paced. There were lots of moments in here where I should have died, and lots of moments in here where my shot was not on point, and I think it's kind of obvious sometimes. And this was a KEM I got earlier, and I was looking through my gameplay and I couldn't find the KEM where I got in drop zone. I got this one really clutch drop zone KEM where I got it within the last 10 seconds of the game, and it was absolutely amazing. It was like a 2-minute KEM. It was really fast. I really enjoyed getting the KEM and everything. And some parts of this video are pretty fast paced, other parts are not at all. So yeah, and I get the KEM strike I believe around 5 minutes or so in, and it is about 10 seconds in the beginning of the video before I get a kill, so it's probably about a 4.5-minute KEM. Not fast at all, definitely not one of my fastest, but it is a KEM gameplay and a good gameplay to play in the background while I talk. And so yeah, the commentary I really want to talk about in this video is, I went on a cruise and I went to Disney World and Universal Studios for vacation right before I came back and started, recording again and everything. So I have a bunch of stories I want to tell, probably going to lay it out over the next week or so, a bunch of stories from, my experiences from the places and everything. And I have a really kind of short few stories to tell in this video about the cruise. And me and my buddies were on the cruise, and we were always trying to pick up women and stuff because, I don't know, it's just what guys like us do. And we were going for chicks, wanted to go see a show with us on the ship, and it was a performance, and we wanted some girls to go see with us. And so we were talking to girls and everything, talking about who we're going to go talk to, looking at them, spotting them out and everything. And there was this one girl who was sitting up on a beach chair on the top of the deck, and she was just sitting there, and she was on her laptop. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go talk to her. I want to go see if she'll go. And she is 15. She was the same age as me. I'm not going to reveal any of her other identity because it was pretty funny. The story was hilarious, what happened and how it happened and everything. But so my friend tells me to go talk to her. So I'm going up and I sit beside her, thinking I'm all smooth. And I say hey, start talking to her, and I ask her what she's doing on her laptop. And she doesn't really say anything. She just kind of shows me her laptop, and there was like some internet on it, like she was connecting to Wi-Fi or something. That's what it looked like. And I'm like, so what are you doing? And she turns her laptop to me and shows me, and it's this dude's face. And I'm kind of wondering, and then I look up at the name. She's FaceTiming someone, obviously. And then I look up at the name, and there's hearts and stuff like that above it. And I'm like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense that you're dating him. I didn't say it out loud, that's what I thought. I was like, oh god, I went and talked to her, and she's FaceTiming her boyfriend. How smooth of me. How smooth of me. Yeah, I didn't know what to do because he was just like, hey, and I was like, oh, hi, But he wasn't there. It's not like he was going to beat me up or anything. I figured, she's FaceTiming her boyfriend. Now that's the worst time to come and sit down. That's my luck. And I have a couple other stories that shows you my luck when it comes to talking to girls. The next one is just me not being able to judge age. It's not what you'd expect whenever I say judge age. Like, this girl looked like she was 16 or so I go up and sit beside her, and I start talking to her and everything, and, getting to know her. And then all of a sudden I ask her age. I expect her to say 16. Possibly something younger. And whenever I say I judge her age wrong, people are going to think she's like 11 or so. But no. This lady was 34. She was 34 and she was still talking to me. She was flirting with me. And she obviously knew I wasn't anywhere close to her age. I don't know what she was doing. But she didn't even tell me her age until I asked it. And she was like, yeah, I'm 34. And I was amazed. I was kind of astonished. I was like, oh, alright, well, it's getting kind of late. I think I'm going to go to the show now. And so I just left her. That's another interesting part of picking up chicks, and I did have quite a few successes, talking to girls and taking them places on the ship and everything, and I did have quite a few successful stories, but I'm not going to share those because that's kind of weird. Anyways, the third and final story that probably is one of the worst, it was a weird story, was there was this movie going on, Divergent was playing up on the theater in the boat, and the theater's out on the deck, the top deck, and we were out there talking to people, and we were, discussing, like, who we were going to go talk to and everything, and who we wanted to go talk to, and all of a sudden there's this really hot chick sitting down in this chair, and I go to decide I'm gonna talk to her. So I go ask her. There's a seat beside her that's open, and then her brother is sitting on the other side of her. Or I didn't know it was her brother. I thought it was just a dude that didn't even know her. So I walk up to her and I ask her if I can sit down, and she's like, "Yeah, sure," you know, and she moves the stuff out of the chair and, is about to let me sit. So I'm going to sit down, and her brother goes, "Don't sit there." And I'm like, "But the girl said I could sit." And he's like, "I said don't sit there. I'm a brother, and I'm not letting you sit there." And I'm like, "What's the big deal here, buddy? I mean, this girl said I can sit down. I don't see what the problem is." And, he just kept on going back, so I just gave up and walked off. So yeah, that kind of shows my luck when it comes to talking to girls. Sometimes I succeed, which I may or may not talk about, and sometimes I fail completely, which is obvious in this video. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you got a few laughs off in this video. And yeah, I'll see you all later.
Small pond, big pond, the fish are the only difference. City out of harmony, lingering on the dissonance. Fishermen wrapping up citizens with their fishing nets. Sometimes chemical, some plate old imprisonment.